welcome to this weekly this not weekly forecast, this daily forecast for dollar pairs, yen pairs, golden pairs, and all those pairs that you have on your trading chart. So basically today we're going to go through some trade plans, update them, and see how it really gone this week. We have some results. This is basically the continuation from yesterday, and today's live basically is what you can call Wednesday was quite good. I really liked yesterday, and we had some good discussion, and we had some good, some good activity. So we're just waiting for, expecting also that to come today because you guys are active and awesome as always. So yeah, fantastic. Hello, Danny. Danner, sorry, not Danny. I was driving when you asked yesterday, so I could not answer. And I started trading real funds. I would definitely buy your monthly mentorship. Yeah, that was really that was a thing of yesterday. That's cool. And so it says, like, YouTube tells me that it's a bad resolution. Like, I didn't change the resolution. But yeah, I would love to have you on the team, Kevin. That would be awesome. And then there was another guy also interested. There's two people interested. Where are we now? What are we gonna do? Teddy is here. Teddy is here. All right, Teddy. My awesome mate. Just checking that I have all the details that I wanted to have. Oh lordy, let's go through them one by one, shall we? Welcome everyone, fantastic. I just want to put that unstoppable thing in the background, like very small, if there's anything at all. Let's see if that works out for you, because right now we're going to go through the unstoppable trading plans that we have had. And yeah, basically, I can't even hear myself. Great. The Australian dollar, Japanese yen, boom, hit target is already gone. Like, what's going on? So I have been on various chat with various people today, and I've said, you know what? I'm wondering if the Japanese yen took a phone call to Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg might have given them some serious things, because this one is high. Anyways, so yeah, fantastic. So fantastic results. Fantastic results. Yeah, up 7%. Pretty much good on. I have banked most of my profits. The only thing that's not banked today is dollar pairs. So let's go through it. Were you able to get into this trend? No, not really. When was it? It was really last week. Higher high, higher low, continuation of the trend. So you have two here, and then it's gone. Like, if you missed it, you missed it. There's nothing more to worry about, but yeah. The analysis was up, so I guess we can minimally at least celebrate the analysis that we were right about that. And it went 62 pips straight up. Now what? What are you going to do now? What really is going to do now is, I would love it to come back to around 81.20. But I don't know. It doesn't need to at all. It can just come down to, well, either 81.73 and 81.50, and we can go higher. So what is really going on here, right, people, is profit taking. No, sorry. yeah, too hot, too fast. So you're like wondering what happened? Like, what happened? Okay, let me go to Forex Live. Let me see what we found yesterday. So there's a couple of reasons of why this happened. And I'm going to give you the headlines. And it came after market open, so it was nothing we knew at the time we made the video. And then they have been really talking today. And then it was here. We had the GDP Japan preliminary 3%. Boom. That was a strong one. Strong GDP. So reason was strong GDP. Strong GDP, and then the other thing was the what do you call it? The earthquake was not too bad. Quake. How do you spell earthquake? I can't even spell earthquake today. It wasn't too bad. And then there was a Pfizer vaccine, says that it's extremely effective in the real world. That is good. And then the last thing is that Q4 GDP results point to potential economic recovery. So, and it also says that recovery the Japanese economy is also at the half point. So 3, 4, strong indicators that, hey, Japan is doing well. So that would send the yen down, and there was nothing we can do about it. Like, great. 3 to 4 strong news for Japan. That was the reason. You can go to CAD yen. I will not take any credit for this one because I said I want to trade it, and it rose. Great, fantastic. But yeah, great. Euro yen. Look at this one. So this is now the entry. This is not the target. This is not my entry. I had my entry back down here. I think at least here and probably also here. Take profit. Done. Hi Dalberg. Or Dalberg, probably how you would say it. But yeah, welcome. The week is over, onions. There's nothing more to do. Congratulations on the profit, 7% up. Great, fantastic, good. Now what you want to do? What are you gonna do now? Okay, so can I take any profit for? Can I take any credit for being right about the direction? Great. Pound yen entry here to profit there. Also, I think also for the month we also hit that one, didn't we? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are both for the month and for the week. We are done. So Australian yen, Euro yen, GBP yen, and New Zealand yen. Almost. And almost New Zealand yen. Hit TP. Hit take profit. Well, if you guys are not having fun, enjoying this times, I don't know what else I want to do. I don't know what I can do with you guys. But yeah, that's crazy. I will do euro dollar very soon. Okay, so the reason why all of this mood was what I just mentioned earlier in this webinar. So frantically, I can't really say more. Maybe later in the webinar I would say something about the future, but hey, that's what I'm expecting for the future. But hey, we are pretty good right now. sitting good in it. But New Zealand was the only one in the buy zone, but also a range, which is what the only one you might have been able to take. Pivot point wise, support wise, and all those wise. Euro, dollar. Somebody said in the chat that the market died, that it stopped printing candles. Well, we're still printing candles here, but basically it's because of the US banking holiday. Like, there's nobody here. So your dollar is not going anywhere at all. It's like, hey, I'm here, but nothing is happening to me. So what are we gonna do with your dollar that doesn't move? Let me give you a hint. So yesterday, we talked about the fundamental reasons of why your dollar moves. So we have low interest rates, we have potential stimulus coming through, we have a central bank that buys bonds, and we have, what was the last one? Potential growth into the future. So this one is most likely going to go higher. And also, we also have the Treasury that will put off, I don't know how much cash is about, but Nordea talks about that they will put off some cash from their balance sheets into the market. Look at that, Stefan. Stefan says, good evening. I said, good evening. Good. And then, how? What are you going to do now? Like, is this a buy or is this a sell? Is this going to go higher? Is this going to go lower? Do you forecast higher or lower? Like, what's your professional opinion? Well, I don't know. But I can make a trade plan of where I believe is going to go. Okay. I have a couple of areas here. Around 2050 would have been a great move. And that is cool. Is it 80 pips down? 70 pips down? That might be dramatic for somebody, but that would be great for me. Also, my entry would be too happy about that. But I would happy to buy here. Then I would say any higher prices would be great. Now the question is, people, when does anybody know when they're going to vote for the new stimulus package? Does anyone know? I know the answer. I just want you guys to do your research as well. When are they voting over stimulus? Anyone? Have you done your research? Have you been following through? Or have you fallen through? Is that a question? Is now you need music? To have some music in the background? And I can find something in between. That would be great. While you guys are thinking or even Googling. Heartache isn't here today. Where are you, Heartache? Are you here? My good friend said he will be here. That'll be fun. Some coffee. Anyone? Nobody? Nobody knows? At all? Come on, people. We know better than this. We know very well about that. There you go. In the meantime, I can do some... Oh, Stefan says 25th. Sorry, 22nd. It's actually 22nd. 22nd. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct celebration. What, is this any celebration here? Like, can there some celebration emojis anywhere here? Like party, party, party. Anyone? Like boom, ding, boom, boom. Great, fantastic. That's true. So when do you think that date is? Well, that is next Monday. Okay. Do you think the market is going to front run that? Do you think the market is going to put in what they believe is going to be the outcome of that? Anyone? The Bank of England is unlikely to be concerned about rising inflation with slack remaining in the job market. ING says, okay, great. Then we're not worried about increase in interest rates, and we're not worried about them taking away the bond purchases. Fantastic, great. Great, Don Love. So if we expect front run of voting of stimulus, what should we do? What should we do? Really? Someone says, a very clever man says that that it's already priced in. I don't know if I agree. The reason for that is back here in December, this is where we're pricing in the $600 bill. And they were talking about 1.9 trillion. Was it somewhere mid-December? Like like somewhere between Christmas and New Year's. Like in this area somewhere, they are talking about it. But overall, then we have fallen ever since. So to me, we haven't gone. This is just $600 per stimulus checks, and we are expecting 2,000. So which is 3 times. We're expecting 3 times here. Are you then expecting 3 times the move? And 3 times the move is 1,200 pips up. I don't know if that's going to be like, if you can do that math directly. Yeah. It's an interesting thought, Teddy, and I really want to say that I do believe, though. But if that is already priced in, if that is priced in, what is then going to happen to dollar? If it's already passed, if it's already priced in, if what's going to happen to dollar? Then we are buying, well, is it buy the rumor? Buy the rumor and sell the news. Is that what it's about? So you bought dollar on the rumor and selling it afterwards? Because if it's already priced in, then dollar should strengthen, by the way. Chief, go. There you are, mate. Finally, market prices in the optimistic view usually. Stimulus sensitive stuff, hold off to see the vote. I do believe so, but what also happened, I don't know, when was it passed? Do you remember when the stimulus check in December was passed? It wasn't 6th, wasn't? I can Google it. Stimulus checks passed December 2020. Like silver will probably run once the big package gets passed for sure, yeah. So I'm just thinking of when was it passed? Is it 21st? Really? 8th, you're still getting it. Yeah. 28th of December. So 28th of December, that's when we passed it. So around this area. So we might then have a run. So 28th of December. What happened to gold on 28th of December? 28th of December is here. So after the fact, that's when gold rose. Okay, probably 28th of December. After that, silver rose. Okay, great. So currently, that's probably what's going to happen. Is that the rally is going to be after, but I still have a strong sense that they're still going to front run it somehow and generally just push it in the market move in the market direction that I think is going to happen. Even though it mightn't be not totally, I think it's just at least going to be 50% up. Like 50% of it's already priced in, so when you're starting to jump in on it, it's already too late. So, New Zealand Zwizzy has been requested for. Great. Stefan, any pairs you want to talk about today? That is all totally up to you because you're a YouTube member. You get the first choice. That's all. New Zealand's busy. And then silver, I want this so badly to go higher. And of course, technically today is a bank holiday in America, so nothing has really happened, but yeah, I don't know. I'll just give up on it, basically. I don't know. Maybe I'm too emotional about it. CAD, Swissy, and CAD, Swissy, and New Zealand Swissy. You're right, bro. Bro and Mo. Okay. So basically, first of all, I want to go through afterward. I want to go through the. I actually want to go through how much pips we have created this right bezel. That would be great. So currently, going higher, low, lower, low, low. So we are still. This is bearish, meaning to the lower side. Until we break 64.50 area, we are bullish. And currently in a consolidation, since it came down, it might do that. And it's consolidating, so nowhere to be found. But you can also say that, well, it's standing on top of these ones. But no, I don't like that price action there. That's not a good one. It's just somewhere in between. So yeah, maybe going higher, but you have to wait for that. CAD Swissy, was supposed to be? Super Mario! That's like Super Mario's like back in the days. So, CAD Swissy. Is it resistance? CAD Swissy. Is that the sell zone? CAD Swissy. Went from the buy zone to the sell zone. And now you're in between here wondering like what is going on. Let's see if I can turn off these notifications so nobody really. Where do you think it's gonna go, MK? Where do you think it's gonna go? Where do you want? Can to go higher, lower. Cool. Stefan says, or Stefan? No, how was that? Stefan. No, thank you. Since it's bank holiday, there is all quiet on the western south front. Yeah, very true, very true. But also, the Asian front killed it this time around. Killed it. Boom. You're thinking sell, and I think buy. And if you want to sell it, please don't. Is there anything CAD related here for you? Yeah, not really. Carry CAD CHF sentiment. Is there anyone that has a CAD sentiment? Market sentiment affixes, yeah. What is sentiment? Anyone? No, not really, nothing here. Okay. So I don't know what the positions really are on this pair, but I would, generally speaking, say this one should go higher. For Canadian and for Swiss's turn. Swiss should be weak, CAD should be strong. Oil, which is the CAD one you're supposed to look at. For oil, we then have and it's already at weekly take profit already. It was HOT this morning, and now it's HOT still. HOT. We haven't closed that gap, not that matter, but yeah. If you fall, catch it. If it rises, catch it too. I don't know where it's gonna go, but this one is a bit HOT. Hot, hot, hot. So I wouldn't take it with golden gloves even. CAD Swissy is a rosy pair. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah, I know, Stefan. You have to like give me. Can you send me? Do you have a WhatsApp? Ask Heartache in the chat somewhere. Like, or maybe go into mentorships class, whatever. Go into the mentorship Discord channel and ask for my phone number. And I will give it to you, and you can send me a voice chat on WhatsApp or something. So yeah. So CAD Swissy depends on oil, and that would make this one be like skyrocketing, but it doesn't skyrocket. That really makes me worried that we are actually had to go down there to pick up some buys, and we didn't really kick off. We actually continued lower, and yes, you can look for the short side, but you know what? I don't think this is the best pair to trade. I honestly think, like, let's see for let's have a test. All the way since November, it has risen 84 pips. 184 pips. 184 pips. The same thing since November. The USD CAD has gone. Where's the target price today? 600 pips. So if you want to play, CAD, you should trade CAD yen or USD CAD. That where is really the money is, where USD CAD yen is kind of, but USD CAD is really the best pair. As risen, it's fallen 600 pips. So would you take 180? Would you take 180 pips or 680 pips? 650 pips. So really, people, yeah. What about gold? Says Julio Zimbina. Do you mistakenly think you're from Africa? Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong, but Zimbina sounds like a bit African, you know. I have my African tingles out. So, yeah. I don't know if you speak Swahili, but Karibu Sana if you are Swahili speaking, and if you speak French, I don't know what French. What is welcome in French? Au revoir. Vous avez? Zoba? Okay. I will do a proper gold analysis, okay? Let's dig into this one. Okay? I know people will love it. I even saw people searching for gold forecast on my weekly Forex forecast yesterday. So I am maybe going to do something about this place, but okay, great. Bonjour. Yeah. Je m'appelle. Oui. Yes, Mozambique. Welcome. Okay, gold. What is the drivers? Now I'm going to really dig down to this. This is going to be deep. Okay, so if you're into deep analysis of gold, what are the drivers of gold. What is the first thing that comes away? What is the driver of gold prices? It's often used as safe haven asset. So it's being bought during uncertain times. It's pro-cyclical and counter-cyclical. Okay. It has goes strengths and weaknesses of the dollar and various currencies, okay, which is also Australian. Economic growth and uncertainty, inflation, interest rates, income growth, consumer confidence, and tail risks. Okay. Then you have the physical demand, which mostly comes from India around December. That didn't happen this year, apparently, not that much. But it also comes down to another thing that is yields. Long-term, risk-free money flow. So central banks does use this one. What are the real drivers of gold? What is this one telling me? Telling you? And what is the analysis? And what is your systemic risk goal diversification? Whatever. I don't really care about it right now. So interest rates low should make gold go higher. Risk in the market should go higher. Dollar weakness should go higher. Low. What do you call it? Low yield, which is the opposite investment for large banks, traders, institutions. It is the 10-year T-note. It is low. That should make this one go higher. So currently we have a demand problem, I would say. We don't have demand for gold. Maybe demand, but not enough demand to drive this one higher. So, what are you going to do about it? We are currently in some kind of channel and stuck in this kind of channel. And I really, really hate to agree that I actually sometimes have to make these trend lines. But yeah, that is where we are at the moment. And sometimes it just sucks to be the one that says, you know what, people, we just have to say, whatever is going on at the moment, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay? Yeah, around that. That's around the regression channel. Okay. So, low, high, we are somewhere around the mean of the regression. That is where it normally would tend to be. And then sometimes it will visit the tops and the lows. Tops and the lows. So we can actually go down to 1700 before going higher, according to this regression tool. But I want us to be real. Even though if we say up, we as traders has to have technical analysis to support our whatever bias. Since we have the bias up, we have to have the trend up. And let's go for a walk in the park of trend analysis. We need a higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. Okay. This is supposed to be, but now we look into the market, that's low, high, lower low, higher high, low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if we now take that one next to each other and say, this is the same thing, does that mimic the other one? No, it doesn't. The prospects of inflation. Now, what are we gonna do about it? Well, there's two drivers of gold, by the way. Back in the days, it was those who think we were to have too much inflation, and those who would not. Those who think would not have inflation, and none of them left the building. So just some of the group is left. So whoever drove the market back here is not here. Whoever that is, we need to find them and tell them to, hey, we need gold prices higher. It might also be because central banks was using gold as the hedge against the spending on their budget, and they might have got enough. So it might have been a one-time wonder, by the way. A perfect storm. That is what it sounds to me coming down to it. But now the 10-year going higher would lead to gold going lower. So I must apologize if you are disheartened. And you can go to somebody else if you want to have a fantastic analysis. But I think gold is going to go lower short term. And until we have a proper uptrend, maybe the stimulus will put that into check. I am not going to trade it. Okay. So, what are you going to do then? I'm going to put a big no until we trend. And then Heartache is probably going to trade that one without me knowing it anyways. And he's going to make tons of money whenever it moves. And I will be so happy for him that he makes money. But I'm just going to say for myself, yeah, here we have it. Thank you, guys. Could you check pound dollar? Whoa, pound dollar coming in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Pound is one of the best performers today. What do you think is going to happen? We think it's going to go higher. Oh, my Lord. Look at that. That is amazing. Wow. Somebody made money today, didn't they? Oh, damn. Right, boy. Here we have the weekly. And here we have the buy price. Coming up to here. Friday comes back down here and says, adios, amigos. So if you are in my system, if you know anything about my trading plans, anything about how I want you to trade, how I try to teach you to trade, how I would say, oh, what is going on? This is where you should be buying. And I'm sorry if I didn't tell you on Friday that was the buy. I was already late already. Well, now we know for all future reference, if that happens on a Friday again, we're going to be there. Because that happened that way, that happened that way, and that happened there. Went a bit lower, but hey, still the same. As long as you have an uptrend, it's only working in an uptrend. If it is a lower, if it's a bearish trend, of course it's not going to work. And we are already at R1. Already at the first resistance. We haven't even touched the buy zone yet. Do you think, almighty trading god, that we can get that kind of a move and then higher? I think that might be true, might happen, because what is important news on Wednesday? Now I'm prepping you guys Wednesday. What is happening on Wednesday? I know some of you know, and I might have not told everyone. What is going to happen on Wednesday? There's fundamental news and might send dollar bullish for a day or two. Any tickers? Any tickers? I know you guys, you are perfect people. So I know you guys, you have tons of knowledge. So I'm just gonna find another, pump you with some other institutional research for you. The next key resistance is at 78.16. 78.16 OZ. So let's go back. What was that? 78.16. So 78.16. Like, that's just up here. That's very short. Like here. That's the weekly target, mate. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen on Wednesday? It is probably in the economic calendar that we have talked about earlier. So yeah, I'm not going to go there and give you I'm not going to give you the answer. So these people, I won't be like, okay, great, whatever, have fun with this kind of analysis. I don't really care because this is just technical analysis. And if it was lower, it would have said something about the support. Next key support is at whatever price. So this is just reactive. It doesn't really tell me something. Oh, this is interesting. The euro NOK is going to be below 10 kroner per euro before summer. Sounds fantastic to me. That means that we are euro NOK. That we might have. Oh, okay. That we might go down to what price? Down here. So that's great. We have a lower low today. And that is around, yeah, 169% down. Fed meeting, UTOM is on the calls, but it is the meeting minutes. And if you have read the meeting minutes, or if you have read the expectations for the meeting minutes, if anyone wants to discuss the if any one of those has talked about unwinding the stimulus, the bond purchases, the current strategy that is going to create dollar bullishness. If anyone at all wants to discuss that, it doesn't need. It just means it's been discussed, and that's going to be in that meeting minutes. And it's also the other thing. The point 2 is what's also important about that is what does the Fed think what does the Fed think about the stimulus coming out of the Senate? Those are 2 things that the market is looking for and looking into that might create dollar bullishness, short-term dollar bullishness. But that's all. So, where was I? Where were I? I was in pound dollar, wasn't I? Great. So what is really happening here is this one is a bit HOT. The next support is, yeah, evidently at around 138.64. That's evidently. Not gonna surpass that and say, oh well, we just be buying here. And then the next one is at 38. So at each turning point, you're like, I'm gonna have 50 pips. And each turning point, you're gonna have 50 pips. And then, well, let's see. And then not hope for the best, but that's what you kind of want to see. If we hit the monthly target, weekly target at 39.51 before coming down to see this support, you might be in for a rough ride. Let me explain. If price does this is only educational, not financial advice, and only for education purposes, might even be entertainment sometimes, but that is mostly then going to fall. I am saying you should not be seller of pound. Don't sell pound, even though if it falls. Why? Because the Central Bank of England said we are not going negative. So there is currently no incentives fundamentally on the interest rate part to send the pound down. And we're supposed to have a weak dollar, and this one is then going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. So every time it's in the buy zone, we're looking to buy. Every time we're in the buy zone, we're looking for buys. and you're thinking if it comes down to the buy zone this week as well, do you think we're gonna buy it again? Yeah, probably we are looking for it at least. Now sometimes you might hit some stop losses. Fine, don't be worried. I don't know what did I hear the pound is going to? Was it 142 or something? Like it was yeah, let's see 142. That's the previous high up here, so that's pretty high. 142 I've heard. Red. All right. So if you think that, well, if we crash down, this is only going to crash down, you might be on the wrong side of the things. Okay. Yeah. Great. Anything else? What is my analysis on pound? We're going higher. We are a bit stretched at the moment. We would love to see a price to come down to, at least on the daily here. That would be two great things. I don't think that's going to happen though, but back down to this resistance, support, sorry, and back to that one. But I think that's too low. But it's still the same, you know. Here we have been very, very choppy. Here it is very straightforward because of the news. And the news happened on this candle here. Okay, I am apparently not following attention to Heartache. I am so sorry, Heartache. What do you want me to talk about? New Zealand cat. I will do so. So, currently, I'm only looking for that side. Only my personal opinion. New Zealand Canadian. Is that a sell? So how does it react to the general move in the market? Okay, since November it has risen. And it's been range bound for the past 25th of January, for the past 2 weeks. And it's been fairly either range bound or directional or directional or directional and then sideways. I don't think this was in the trading course where I told you to look for trends. I don't think this is a good chart to look for. I do think that all of a sudden this one can trend and all of a sudden it can stop trending. So you need to be very careful of what you're doing, young man. Yes and no. The reason for why no is we are in the buy zone for the month. Though, if you want to play it at 91.55, great. But I can't really say that this is a good profit move. And if we come down to this buy price of around 91 something, that would be a great move to the higher side. Okay. Great. Looks like a rabbit. Looks a rabbit. Euro ZAR and USSR is trending very much faster lower. Okay, great. Just have that in mind. Yeah, that didn't go too well, did it, Hardik? When was I talking to you today? Let's see, when was I talking to you? I think I was talking to you around here. Sorry, boys. I guess it happens and happens. So, US oil, UK oil. What does this tell you? What does the oil tell you? Anyone? The oil tell me we are above target for the month. We are above target for last week. We haven't reached this week's target yet. And for the day, we are almost at target. This is like giraffe. And it is absolutely overextended through the years of extendedness. Can this go higher? Yes, absolutely fantastically higher. And we are not back even to 2020 top even. So this has still potential. The only question is how far we're gonna go. Let me put a small, what do you call it? A small digression here. That we might go away all the way up to 86. 70 is way better before that. And 75 is probably a better price before that even. So 70. And I am going to be so bold and say, for every one of these psychological levels that we might pass and come to, there might be people that are willing to take profit. And once one person in the sheep herd starts taking profit, the rest might go. You mentioned about commodities being in higher volumes tomorrow. Basically because they're open tomorrow more than anything else, or America is open tomorrow. And I do expect a higher volume because I haven't been able to trade today. But the international market is still open, just not with America, as far as I've understood. Is that going to send it up, or is that going to send it down? Is that going to make them like, hey people, do you know what? We are so high that we are on the way to the lower side. Interesting. So, as a professional trader, you have some decisions to make. Okay. Is this a place to buy? Probably not. Is this a place to buy? Is this a place to buy? And is this a place to buy? So whenever it falls down, where is it going to stop? I don't know. But I can give you a hint. There's two scenarios to this scenario. We can come back down and find support at 61. I would call that a quite good support. Or we can come down to the area between 56 and 54. Once UK oil goes too fast, too hot, and goes HO, goes HOT, we might have a pullback. And as you can see over the trend, it doesn't necessarily go out of the limits of a monthly. It doesn't normally go out of the limits. And once it goes out of the limit, it tends to have quite strong pullbacks. Like here, like here, like here. That's an outside, that's an outside. Last month was great, but it went back in again. And then this one has a large pullback in it. This one has a large pullback in it. So even though if we go higher, don't believe that this is going to go to the moon. Okay. Even in these crazy times, there is still a ton of normality to the market. The market is working absolutely in tandem with what it's supposed to do. And it has natural causes, cause and effects. Let's look at this one. We have weekly, daily. We have coming up to weekly target, comes down. Okay, does not make a higher rise and then works the way slower down. We had monthly target here. We have resistance here. We have the target for the week, making sellers take buyers going out, sellers coming in, buyers coming in again. And now what? Well, if it's supposed to be S1, R1, we're already done. If this is a continuation to the buy side, well, great. And I would happily to have it down to 77 before going higher again. But then if we look at the weekly, that might not fit. Catch my drift. But if we get price around 76.80, I really so bad want to buy it. So I feel, I don't know if I feel, if I know, but this area is a bit untouched. It's like sometime in the future it can come down here again and say, hey girl, hey, how are you doing? And then go higher again. I have a pattern in my brain that I want you guys to understand so good that you're like, oh, is that what you guys are talking about? Really? Amazing. So, once you have, show you to you as well. Maybe this is not the pair to look for it on, but still, you never know. This was not the move I was waiting for. Yeah, where is it? Okay. Once you have a trend and you have a reversal, this price was never touched again here. So you're constantly waiting for this level to be like a demand zone for you. And here we have a month later, that is the buy price again. So how's that pattern going for you? That pattern for you is going like this. Coming down, double bottom, higher high. Oops, that was not bad. Go double bottom, higher high, but no pullback. And it can go around and then come back and then retouch that. And that is your last resort before this becomes truly bearish. And we can talk like 200 pips here. So I have understood that I can buy this move here, but then avoid, buy with the life of you. And then get way better profits. You didn't lose anything here. You only lost 1, not 10 trades. And you get way better entries. Okay? Just imagine, just imagine, just imagine. Pound yen has reached its monthly take profit. What is your next thought? Well, taking over here on the other side of the earth, I might ask you one question. Where do you want it to go? Patience is key, and heartache is the one that is the best to say something about that. Okay, so here we have the monthly. We have reached the target, or target is a bit higher, but still on the same thing. 147, so 50 pips up, if there's anything left in it. Okay. Okay. So, if we are generally going to say this is done, what do you want to see next? That is potential. That is potential. And that is potential. Okay, so which one do I think is the most likely move of them all? I think the orange move is going to be the most likely move. But am I going to defend? Am I going to defend 145.50? Yeah. I want to defend that price. I also want to defend 144. That would be great. The next question is, when will you get that price? Are you going to get that price this week or next week? let's go out for a ride in my world. Okay? My world says that if we front one next week, this prices comes a bit lower. This will become the buy zone next week for the next month of March. So I'm going to wait for the buys. And I might even scalp it higher, just, for some higher highs, and, if it goes higher, but I am... So, there's this guy in here, welcome, by the way, I've not seen you around before, says, I'm going to sell pound yen. And my big question is then, why would you sell pound yen? We have just made tons of money on it. So why? Why do you want to sell something I just bought? I did buy it, but anyways, if all the pairs are done to go higher, it is good to take rest of the week, and after the pullback, we can shoot it to the moon. All right, great. Next week, GJ will be bullish for the monthly time frame close. So you want to sell something that is bullish, so you inherently know that this one can go higher, and you rather want to take the risk of being wrong. What if it does that and then go lower? So this becomes your buy zone next week. You shorted it on the anticipation of this trade, but this is not bearish, bro. All right? I can't tell you in other words other than your EMAs is too high. Does that make you, like, and those EMAs are so, we're even dancing on the 5 EMA, like, it's so absolutely aggressively high, but it can also it can also go higher. So how am I going to say this? So does the BOE said, okay, the BOE said, Bank of England said that they are not going to cut interest rates anymore for the next 6 months. Does that affect your trading? Hi, Babu. Does that affect your trading? Does that have any? Does that have any? What do you call it? Fundamental reasons. Does that have any effects in your trading whatsoever? The whole reason for why pound is so strong is because of Bank of England said that they're not going to go negative. And for you to even think about selling something that is so high and so strong is, to me, I wouldn't call it suicide mode, but I would call it, this is not a, that is not a trading strategy that I have found to be profitable over time. The other one is, what is the retail traders do? They are mostly short, aren't they? They're mostly short. They're 68% short. 68% of retail traders are shorting something that is going high and hot. I don't understand. Can someone tell me why? The easy trade was just to buy it. That was an easy trade. So Until then, I might be saying something twice, I'm saying something 3 times. But yeah. So, that's my stand. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight the market. Don't play hero. Just because it's high doesn't mean it should fall. If it's high, it should actually go higher. Okay? Until it has broken support, it's still going to go higher. And we haven't broken support. And support is quite far away at the moment. Support is at 144.50 on the 4-hour charts. So, yeah, good day, boys. Great. Fantastic. So, going throughout the charts one more time. Okay? This is your buy zone for the week. You guess there will be a pullback. So I guess it will be a pullback first. That is entirely your opinion, and the market might agree with you and might not agree with you. But it is one of the most dangerous strategies that I can come across. Is to have a personal, sentimental view over the market of this where price is going to go. Until you can fundamentally argue against me, not technically, fundamentally argue that pound is going to fall, I can agree with you. Then I can start look for shorts. If you fundamentally can argue it, then you basically need central bank reports, then you need bank reports, then you need growth forecast to support your case that in the future we're going to have worse economy in the UK. Some fundamental reasons, as in taxes, as in stimulus, as in interest rates, as in bond purchases, as in something that will turn the market from wherever it is right now and head lower more than just this week. Because if you're in here for the long run, if you're here in for the grind and for the real trading and investing and not just the bingo bango thing that some people are trading where like, oh, this is going higher, let's short it. Like, dude, that's not how investing is. It's not like it's almost like GameStop. You're like, this one is going higher, so this one shouldn't go higher because I believe this is wrong. Then you are most likely going to be crushed. Okay? That is most likely what you can expect from your CAD to the lower side, yes, but you're quite of late. And the monthly target is 5180. But it's very range bound, James. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. In a market where we're trending, it has done well in February though. For the short side. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna take that one either. That one they've been playing on with. Something like that. Yeah, it's. I don't really feel it, James. I don't feel it, James. Um, but okay, so I want to go through and count how many pips we have created for today. And yeah. Let's see if I can find that one. Let's see, is that too high for you guys? Just want the music. Sometimes music in the background, you know. It's great. Is it too high? I don't know. Take it down a bit then. So, okay. So, Aussie yen. With an entry for last week on Friday, Thursday, whatever that day is. That is a 92 pips. It is only maximal. I don't know what. That is what you can maximally expect from this move today. So. And it is totally possible. Well, I had that entry there, though. And up here, 118 and 136, give or take. So for this week only, I would say that price is 81 pips. Only this week. That's what I'm counting. $83 pips. $60. Okay. Right. Someone do the math. Someone with a good calculator. Hardy, do you have a good calculator with you? So you can do it before me. 92 plus 81 plus 183 plus 60. 400 pips this week, people. 400 pips. Friday to Monday. Before London. Monday morning. So, Friday morning to Monday morning, that is 400 pips. Congratulations, bros. I am super duper happy for you. Was this possible? Absolutely. Is this in my strategy? Absolutely. And if you multiply it with whatever your lot size is, you should have been up at least $400. If you have a good account size, if you have a bigger account size, you should maybe have been made $4,000 just on today's move. Okay. So if you only had a smaller account and you had $400, congratulations on the $400. I am absolutely proud of you. And if you didn't get it, well, you need to grind. We need to work harder. You need to still be very content in what you do, doing the job, following the process, buying in the uptrend, taking stop loss when you're wrong, and continue the analysis and continue the job, and then you will be paid, because this wasn't a one-time thing. This is going to continue. This opportunities are going to get better, are going to get more of that, and you know it's fantastic. So I think you guys, I am so proud of you. Great. If gold goes up, where can it go and fall back to 1700? Not sure actually. Not sure actually. It can go up to 1833. 1830 basically. You can also just fall from current price, but if you really want the resistance, current resistance is at 1840, 1833. Yeah, that is essential for this week. All right. Okay, gangsters. Happy trading. Happy life. Happy that you are here today, and I hope that you, you know, have a good evening. I think I'm done with what I wanted to do. I just want to say that yens are over, and we still have the pound, Aussie, Euro, New Zealand pairs left to trade this week. So, boom. Congratulations.